do you have an idea, Tim, about how collaboration and no code environments like Einblick actually impact productivity?
Yes, we do. And some of them is anecdotal, and some we actually try to get like quantitative measures. So one thing we actually ran a large user study comparing like a Python coding versus like a traditional visual workflow engine, like Alteryx K9, like you can pick one of them, and we used one as a placeholder for them. And then Einblick. And what we looked into is just like we gave a set of users a bunch of different tasks and asked them to solve them in the different platforms. So like there was a set of
Mhm.
tasks for like Python notebooks, a set of tasks for like one of these like visual environments, and then a set of tasks for the Einblick platform. And then at the same time, for like we only recruited people who had like Python experience, so who like said about themselves that they're actually data scientists.
Mhm.
But we gave them a 1 hour like introduction to either Einblick or one of these like visual interfaces. The results were actually interesting. So like what we found is like that the visual environments and also like a traditional workflow engine can increase your productivity over like the traditional ones, but only
Hmm.
if you have done the task already a few times in the platform. And
Right.
actually, it was less than what we expected, at least for the workflow engine. And like looking then into why this was the case for the workflow engine, revealed that like this traditional workflow engines, you have the problem that you put the operators together into a flow of operations, but you don't see how the data actually flows through and how it's modified. Right. So like if one of the operators by mistake, for example, filters almost everything out, or like you have a typo in there and it does the wrong thing. The
Mhm.
only thing, like sometimes you only notice that like after you press play for the entire workloads, and then in the end nothing comes out, right? Because these operators hide like all the flow of information. Whereas when you're in a Python notebook, you normally write your little snippet of like a data frame operation or whatever you do, and you immediately see like a sample output on the next line, right? And so you really notice on how the data is manipulated and what you're doing with it. Um, so this again motivated something we did in Einblick, where we um, combine these aspects of a workflow engine with aspects of like no code visualization engine. So instead of just having operators you put together which don't provide you visual feedback, in Einblick actually every operator is visual per definition. It's like it's almost their own plot, like the sample snippets you get from Python in between. All of them appear immediately on the screen. And so you see on how the data flows through. And then on top of that, we have a whole range of like ready to go operations, which make it very easy for you to cover the entire like data science lifecycle, from like data wrangling to model building to visualizations to like what if analysis. Everything is built in, and so you very quickly can explore the data, but then also do the more complex operations. And so the end result of the user study was like we saw a productivity increase of up to 50%, and also like a capability increase by a factor of 2x. So
Cool.
it's a pretty good result. Anecdotally, we see the collaboration to be one of the key aspects, and that's like in many companies just struggle with in the moment you want to kick off a new data science project, that you actually bring the people together to get to a common like vocabulary about the problem and really understand the data. And in this like initial phase, when you kick something off, like we provide a huge productivity gain, particularly in this like early stages, to get the first model and then help to understand that. And then productionization, we are actually less focused on, like there are other tools for that. But like this prototyping aspects, we see like huge improvements in like time it takes to get something like production ready.